Where do championship motorcycle racing legends come from? How did they get here? Well, one thing is for certain. Nobody started out with their first ride on a factory superbike team. In fact, the word privateer is pretty interesting in and of itself. It's a naval term that in its truest form means a privately owned and operated ship authorized by the government to do battle with the enemy. It's pretty fitting if you ask me. In fact, over 80% of the AMA Pro Racing grid is made up of privateers authorized by AMA Pro Racing to do battle week in and week out with the enemy on the track. I'm Brice Cooper. Welcome to the Privateer Files.
I'm David Sadowski Jr., 24, Daytona Sport Bike on the bike number 45, and I'm a true privateer.
Hi, I'm Matt Sadowski, racing number 77 GS6R Suzuki in Daytona Sport Bike. I'm 22 years old, and I am a true privateer.
All right, here we are with two of the hardest working riders in pro road racing, the Sadowski brothers. We've got Matt and we've got Dave. So, pretty recognizable last name. Has this helped or hurt you guys in the AMA Pro Road Racing paddock?
I'd say it's kind of a mixed bag. It can help in some regards, and then it hurts in others.
So you guys are running Daytona Sport Bike this year, and it's a pretty interesting paddock in the sense that there's a lot of money out there. You see a lot of these transporters roll in. You guys are competing against some of the top teams here, and they have unlimited money when it comes down to what we look at as a privateer. How do you guys manage your tire budget?
Kind of depends on how the bank account's looking. If the money's there, we get all the tires we can. If not, you know, we run takeoffs or whatever we can get our hands on, or, you know, double race them or whatever we got to do to get out there.
We have a little part in our segment called How Do You Guys Roll? So, how do you roll?
We got the old trusty box truck behind us here, and she treats us right sometimes, and on the way to Daytona she didn't treat us so right. We had to do some wheel bearing changes 8 hours later by ourselves. Knocked it out.
Now, do you guys sleep in this thing, eat in this thing, everything?
Yeah, pretty much. You're looking at home on the road right there. You know, we got one bed in there, and then, you know, we take turns roughing it into the back with a sleeping bag.
Nice deal. So, we talk about getting to the track, we talk about your tire management. How do you make money to get here? You guys have a pretty interesting story, and yours is definitely interesting because we're going to see you pretty soon here. But what's your profession?
Yeah, I work at the Top Shelf Motorcycles. We both work. I'm the service manager, he's the parts manager, so when we're not racing, we're working at the bike shop, wrenching on bikes.
Now, I heard a little trivial fact here that you guys have taken your motorcycle racing skills and applied them to making a little bit more side money here. And I thought you looked a little recognizable, but why don't you tell everybody out there why we're going to see a little bit more of you?
Yeah, if you go see the new American Pie movie, I was the double for Finch in that, and then David actually got to play himself. So we do stunts on the side.
So two brothers, two hard-working brothers, road racing and doing stunts. Now, your bikes are pretty recognizable out there. You got the Leprechaun, you got the green flying around. What are some of the things you did to save money this season? And I'm looking at one of them that I'd like you to explain.
Yeah, the old rattle tank gas can, gas tank. That was, you know, a quick $5 job.
So you guys are painting your bikes with rattle cans. You're going out there, but you're doing pretty well. Where did you qualify this weekend?
I believe 22nd. So
I put it up in 18th.
So we've got 18th, 22nd. Now that leads us to the goal section. Right now, 2012. What are your realistic goals for this season?
The goal basically is just to crack the top 10. You know, if you can do that, I believe in this class you're saying something.
All right, this is your time where you get to look into that camera. Who would you guys like to thank for your season?
Most importantly, Top Shelf Motorcycles. They're behind us 100%, and they're throwing it all down for us.
Yeah, definitely them, and then, you know, Arai Helmets, RS Tai Chi, Pacific Track Time. The guys over at Leo Vinci help us out a lot. GPR Stabilizer's always been with us. Let's see, Zero Gravity, Vortex, Hypercycle built an excellent motor. Marin Bicycles, keeping us fit. Hell Brake Lines, Cox Radiator Guards, and EBC Brakes.
That's a pretty impressive list, even for a privateer. So you see that even with those list of sponsors, all of that help, it still takes a lot to get to this track every weekend. A lot of money coming out of the pockets of some of these pro road racers. So when you guys are watching, come down, meet some of the privateers and talk to these guys. They all have interesting stories, and you might be looking at some of the top factory riders today, right now in these AMA pro road racing paddock as a privateer. We'll see you next time.